Thank you, Representative O'Flaherty. Thank you to the organizers. Thank you to the community members that have come out tonight. I thank you for your leadership and your advocacy.
Thank you, Representative O'Flaherty. Thank you, Cookie and Dan and everybody at Charlestown Live who put this together. As the representative said, my name is Philip Frattaroli. I am a resident of the North End. One of the biggest reasons I'm running for Boston City Council is because I'm a small business person. I own a restaurant just over the bridge called Ducali, which is, we're very lucky to have a lot of our customers come from this neighborhood. And I met my wife, who then lived in Charlestown at the restaurant, so I have a strong tie to this neighborhood, and it's always good to be here. As way of a biography, I'm a graduate of Boston College. I went to Suffolk University Law School. I'm a licensed attorney in Massachusetts. But following the death of my younger brother, Mark, I decided to give up my career in law and kind of be involved in my family business. My father was born in Italy and owns a restaurant called Lucia's in the North End. He opened that in 1977. And the opportunities that he had as a small business person, I think are kind of evaporating in the city. It's too hard right now to open a business. You shouldn't have to be a lawyer. You shouldn't have to have a law degree to open a business in the city. As somebody who's been to 1010 Mass Ave and kind of gone through the hoops that we require, I think we need to do a lot more for small business people. So that's one of the reasons I'm running. And one of the reasons I think my voice is an important one. I bring a new perspective to the City Council, and I think it's one that's valuable. We need people who are going to create jobs in the city, and we need to support them. So I appreciate your vote in September 24th. I'm way down on the bottom, number 17 on the ballot. But like I said, I would appreciate one of your votes, and thank you.
It goes without saying, Boston is a historical town. Where do you see the Boston City Council's role in preserving Boston's historical treasures? And would this be a priority in your budget?
Of course I don't get the small business question. You know, as I said earlier, I live in the North End, and we are, just like you guys here, are very lucky to be amongst some of the national treasures that we have in this country. And we need to do a good job of preserving that, because, you know, my restaurant's on the Freedom Trail. Literally during the summer, 150 people a day come in asking to use the restroom. It's a problem. We have to make sure that the tourist industry in this city is being supported, and that's through, you know, funding for stupid things like toilets, public restrooms, but also making sure that, you know, those treasures that we have are being preserved in a way, you know, infrastructure-wise, you know, leaky roofs and all that stuff. We need to make sure that those things that are bringing people to the city continue to bring people to the city. So I think, I'm not sure what else to do with that question, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Philip Frattaroli.
Thank you, Representative. I spoke a little bit earlier about my qualifications as a small business person, but some of the questions that all the other candidates got reminded me of a couple things. The issue about obesity and diabetes in the schools is a big problem. I'm not sure how many of you know about the athletics department at the Boston Public Schools, but we don't offer near enough opportunities for our kids to go and participate in sports. And that speaks to public health, that speaks to all kinds of things, but it also keeps kids in school and keeps kids engaged in the process. I'm involved, I'm on the board of directors of Boston Youth Wrestling. And when I was growing up, there was only one wrestling program in the city of Boston, Boston Latin. But wrestling is a cheap sport. It's really, you know, all you need is a mat. You can roll it out in a cafeteria if you wanted to, and it can give 60 kids the opportunity to do something in the wintertime when they don't have anything else. If they don't make the basketball team, and I obviously didn't make the basketball team being as short as I am, and I didn't make the track team either, so I needed a sport like wrestling. And I think, you know, for public safety, see these kids who are on the street, we need to make sure that kids who are in that you know, danger zone from 12 to 18 have something, a way to focus their anger and aggression, and a sport like wrestling can go a long way. The casino bit, I think, you know, it seems like it's coming, and we need somebody who's going to negotiate on behalf of Charlestown, because East Boston seems to be well represented in that front, and somebody has to represent the interests of this neighborhood to make sure that if it does come to Everett, right on our front stoop, and I use the front stoop in the broad sense because I'm in the north end and it's very close to us too. We need to make sure that we have somebody who's going to get something in terms of mediation for this neighborhood. Excuse me. And the other thing is liquor licenses. Charlestown used to have 150 licenses, and they all left, or most of them left. We don't have enough neighborhood restaurants here, and that stinks because we want to be able to have businesses that thrive in this neighborhood. I think the process is just too long. It takes 9 months to open a business, and that's time you're spending paying for rent when nobody's coming in the door. That's time you're spending paying lawyers and trying to hold on to whatever staff promised you that they'd stay with you. So we need to do something about that. And that would be a big focus of mine. I want to help, small businesses across the neighborhood. In neighborhoods that want more licenses, I want to make sure that we're getting them to those people too. So again, number 17 on the ballot. I really appreciate your vote on September 24th. My name is Philip Frattaroli. Thank you.